Okay, making my Pernil marinade for Christmas tomorrow. So I have my pilon. About, I just cut up chopped up a whole garlic. I need to chop it and smash it in here. And then after I'm done with that, a packet of sazon, good heavy amount of salt, pepper, olive oil, and oregano, and a little bit of vinegar. It's gonna go in here. I just eyeball everything. And I have about a 12-pound pernil in the pork shoulder inside the fridge. Almost done peeling them. All done. I'm just gonna put a little drizzle of oil in there. Still smashing it. Just a little bit more, and I'm gonna add the rest of my stuff in it. So I did a couple of shakes of pepper, about like 6 shakes. Couple of shakes of salt. I'm gonna use more later. Oregano. Generous amount. Yeah, and I'm gonna use the whole packet of sazon. I put half a cup of water, not half a cup, I'm sorry, a fourth a cup of water, and like a tablespoon of vinegar, a splash of it, salt, pepper. It smells really good. And it's just my marinade. I put a lot of shakes of oregano in here. Smells really good. So I'm gonna get the pernil, the pork shoulder, and then I'm gonna cut it up and slice it and clean it. And then I'm gonna make a bunch of slits in it, and I'll show you what I do. Okay, so what I have is about 8 pounds, 8.5 pounds. So I'm gonna cut this open and clean it. Okay, so I have it inside my little tray. I'm gonna throw a bunch of salt on it, rub it down, clean it, and wash it with vinegar. So salt, then I'm gonna rub it down with the vinegar and salt and rinse it out. Because you need to clean your meat. This is ridiculous. If you don't clean your meat, do not invite me over to eat your food. Okay, I cleaned it and sliced it and used my knife, poked a bunch of holes. I sliced the fat back a little bit and then sliced the top of it. So then I sliced most of this off. I didn't get really good at slicing the fat, I'm not that fast, but it's still fine. Sliced a bunch of holes in it and then just scored it everywhere so I could stick the mixture in there. But I'm gonna do a bag. I did a bag and it got really, really juicy, and then I cut off the top and made chicharron on the skin. So I've been doing it like that, and my turkey, it turns out really good. So with that, orange the oven back. Put some flour in it, and I'm gonna stick it in there and season it. Okay, so I have it in the bag. I'm gonna season this side with my mixture, and then I always, I'm gonna fill the holes, and then I'm gonna flip it around inside the bag. I already covered it, I followed the directions on the bag. You put powder in it, flour in it, shake it, and then dump it out. So I'm gonna season the side, and then I'm gonna flip it inside the bag so I can do the top. Legit me sticking my little garlic pieces, finding the holes that I made, shoving them in there. Shoving them in the hole. All the holes that I made, I'm just going to rub it around. I slit this piece, so then after I'm done, I'm going to season this part. I'm going to season the skin right here with a little bit more salt. Only salt and pepper. Sometimes I throw oregano on the top, but because it's going to be on the bottom, it's already going to have a lot. And it also has vinegar, so I use the salt mainly for the top. Extra salt, I mean. So I find my little holes, and I stiff the garlic in there. And the holes right there. And I'm just going to rub. Make sure you give love to the side. Okay. I poured a little bit more salt, pepper, and oregano just here. I shoved all my garlic inside the little holes and here. And on the sides. And then I'm going to stick the rest on top and then pour a little bit heavier on the salt, pepper, and oregano right here, but mainly the salt because this is the skin and I want it to crisp up tomorrow. Alright, it's done. Now I'm going to close it up and stick it inside the fridge to marinate and then, do it tomorrow. Okay, been in for 4 hours. Got to cut it open. Ooh, hot. It's just been in for 4 hours, so I'm about to cut it open, take a look at it, see if I need to season it or anything, and then put it on the increase from 350 to about 420 so I can get this super charred. It looks like it's getting crispy on the outside, but I need to get the skin crispy for my chicharron. Preheating it to 425. Meanwhile, I peeled the skin back. I'm just basting this area with the juice. This is what we want to get crunchy. That is not crunchy, but it is super soft. Cut off the bag and everything, but I'm trying to get this crunchy. So I'm going to wait for that to preheat. Until then, I'm just going to sit here and keep basting the juices on it. I didn't even have a lot of juices, but that's what you do. You can also taste and see if it's how you want it to taste. Because sometimes if it's not salty enough or not peppery enough or garlicky enough, then I'll put a little powder. Maybe just like a little bit more salt, but I'm going to get a second opinion. But I think maybe I just like salty food. But I baste it. You can open this again if you want to keep basting it. So pulled it off. Looks bomb. Dude. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Garlic. Just take that bite. Ooh, hot. Ooh, tastes good. So it was at $3.50 in the bag for 4 hours. So everything's pretty much cooked. I put it to 425 and then I'm going to let it cook for another like 10-15 minutes. And if this still doesn't get broiled, then I'm just going to put on the broiler on low for another few minutes. Just because I like this extra crispy, but it's done. I just need like this fat part more. That's crispy. This, not. But with the broil, or with the thing on higher, it'll get there. I just keep going with my little spoon because I didn't put a lot. Okay. So to me, it's salty enough. Don't need enough. Oh, that's the bag. I cut up the bag, and then there's Jaden's macaroni and cheese, but there's the bag. I chopped it up.